Imagine this. The kid who's been ripping you off for months suddenly gets a letter in the mail. His parents open it, and inside it says he's secretly gay, thanking him for reaching out for help. Alongside it, flyers about homosexuality and a handful of condoms. Yeah, his ultra-conservative Catholic family did not take that well. But here's the thing, he never wrote that letter. I did. And it was the sweetest revenge I've ever pulled off in my life. If you've ever been betrayed, underestimated, or flat out taken advantage of, and you've dreamed of serving cold, poetic justice, then hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready. Because this is the story of how a teenage gamer in the 90s got back at the classmate who scammed him with one perfectly timed prank. This was the early 90s. No Steam, no easy downloads, no instant access. If you wanted PC games back then, you had to hustle. Me and my best friend, we were two of the few kids in school who even had computers. We'd scrape together cash, order games by airmail from abroad, wait weeks for them to arrive, and then share them. These weren't cheap either. We're talking months of saved-up allowance. We treated those floppy disks like treasure. The Settlers, Doom 2, Monkey Island, stuff kids today might call classics, but to us, these were rare gems. We had a system: trade, copy the copy protection, and swap again. That's how we kept it semi-affordable. But then, he showed up. A new kid transferred into our class. Let's call him Kevin. Kevin wasn't just some random kid. He had something we didn't. His uncle had stacks of games, a gold mine, stuff we'd never even seen in stores. Naturally, we thought we'd hit the jackpot. We offered him trades. We'd hand over pristine, original copies of our games. He'd copy them, give us something from his collection, and everyone wins, right? Wrong. Every game Kevin gave us came back broken. Corrupted floppies, missing copy protection, unreadable discs, useless. Meanwhile, our games, the real ones, came back scratched, smudged, sometimes in worse condition, if they came back at all. After months of this, we had 0 working new games. Kevin had our entire collection. It wasn't just about the games, it was the smirk on his face when he handed us another accidentally corrupted floppy. The way he acted like he was doing us a favor. And worst of all, the way he mocked me for being a Queen fan. "Why would you listen to a gay singer?" he'd sneer. "You know Freddie Mercury died of AIDS, right?" That cut deep, because Queen wasn't just music to me, it was a lifeline. And hearing Freddie's death used as a punchline, it boiled my blood. That's when something inside me snapped. It wasn't just losing my games, it was being disrespected, betrayed, mocked, powerless. But I wasn't powerless, not anymore. The universe handed me the perfect opportunity during a class trip to an AIDS awareness event. We were handed informational flyers, and at the exit, a table stacked with free condoms, each printed with the AIDS Foundation logo. That's when the idea hit me. And oh, it was beautiful. See, me and my friend had one advantage Kevin didn't: a home computer with an inkjet printer. Back in the 90s, that was like owning a magic wand. We carefully recreated the AIDS Foundation logo. Then we wrote a letter. It went something like this: "Dear Kevin, thank you for your letter. We understand it's difficult being open about being homosexual, and you have many questions after the event you attended with your class. Please find enclosed a flyer which should answer many of your questions, as well as some condoms. Please practice safe sex at all times." We signed it, the AIDS Foundation, enclosed the flyers we'd gotten, tossed in a handful of condoms, and mailed it. Addressed not to Kevin, but to Mr. Last Name, his dad. We knew his father would open it first, and that's exactly what happened. The storm that hit Kevin's house? Unimaginable. His mother, deeply Catholic, was in tears, screaming, convinced her son was secretly gay. His father was furious, demanding answers, grounding him for weeks. Kevin himself, stunned, humiliated, trapped in a house where his parents now saw him differently. And the best part? For a while, he believed it was real. He thought the AIDS Foundation had actually written back to him. When me and my friend fished for details at school, asking, "So, how's everything at home?" he glared, but we could see it in his eyes. The doubt, the shame, the fear. That's when I knew revenge had been served. Eventually, Kevin figured it out. He realized the letter had to be fake and that we were the only ones with the brains and the tools to pull it off. When we finally confessed, it all came crashing down. A trip to the principal's office, his parents sitting across from us explaining why we did it, how he'd stolen, cheated, mocked, and disrespected us. We got a stern lecture, sure, but deep down, even the adults seemed to understand. And Kevin, he never messed with us again. Think about it, a kid who thought he was untouchable, who scammed, mocked, and walked all over us, brought down not with fists, not with shouting, but with a single letter. We didn't just get revenge, we got poetic justice. Because for once, Kevin got a taste of what it felt like to be powerless, to have the people you rely on doubt you, shame you, and turn against you. And honestly, 30 years later, it still feels like the sweetest victory I've ever had. Revenge isn't always about getting even. Sometimes it's about flipping the script, taking the very thing someone used to hurt you and turning it back on them. Kevin used betrayal and mockery. I used words, paper, and ink. And in the end, he lost far more than I ever did. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or done. And of course, hit subscribe because I've got plenty more stories of betrayal, justice, and sweet, sweet payback.